Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Super Coach. I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Follow me at Michael Burt. And today we have a show to you because here's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply your life, your money, and your business. We believe everybody needs a good coach in life because a good coach will do three things for you. They'll make you have conversations you don't want to have. They'll make you do some things you don't want to do. And boy, they'll help you become something you didn't think you could become. I am fresh off of flying in this morning from the Big Apple, New York City, 3 days Monster Producer Summit. A shout out to everybody who went with us. We had a great time. We talked about monster pipelines, monster sales, how to get monster exposure. Spent the whole last day teaching people how to become people of interest. But I'm excited about being back in Tennessee and working with you here on Super Coach. Every week we come to you live, 3 p.m. Eastern on the Whatever It Takes Network, and we bring you great content that makes you think, it makes you dig in, and like a good super coach does, we always find a kryptonite in your life. Today we're talking how do you catch lightning in a bottle with the subtitle Road to Overnight Success. How do you catch lightning in a bottle? Now, you probably heard this before. I am not talking about moonshine because you're going to hear some people in the South say lightning in a bottle is moonshine. Put your eyeballs out, right? That's not what we're talking about. There are moments in our lives that reach out and grab us. They stop in time. It's almost like this moment just stops, right? We have a mystical feel to this experience. Out of the 86,400 seconds in a day we experience, these lightning in a bottle moments seem to etch something special in our minds. Psychologists would call these peak experiences or flow state experiences. Some call them catching lightning in a bottle. I call it getting in a zone. So when you think about this, you're aware of this moment in your life where everything is flowing in the same direction. The spiritual teachers call it synchronicity. The word coincidence is where two things coincide perfectly at the exact right time. But this is a moment that connects your past to your future in the present. Why can't we catch more of these moments? Why can't we catch this lightning in the bottle? Why does it seem so elusive to have these moments? Because here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about a time in your life that you were in a peak state, a flow zone, where everything was just going just right. It's almost as if you were standing in the corridor of your dreams. You could detach from yourself and see yourself doing the perfect thing. It's almost like an entertainer on stage that steps back and says, I can't believe I get to do this for a living while they're singing to 25,000 people. It is a moment in time. That is lightning in a bottle. But what if these circumstances that you could catch this more often? This show today explores how to understand the long road to overnight success. Because here's a theory. Many people see their current moment as an obstacle, as a frustration to somewhere else they're trying to go to, versus just enjoying the moment and catching it and making these experiences happen. So when people ask me, what is lightning in a bottle? Here's what I tell them. This implies catching something mystical, something elusive for a very short period of time. Have you ever seen the movie Tin Cup? Man, I love Tin Cup because he goes out there and he tries to make that shot and he does it 9 straight times till finally he catches that lightning in a bottle. It's almost like a baseball pitcher that throws a no-hitter or an entertainer that gives the performance of a lifetime. Most look at these experiences and believe they're easy to produce, almost discounting the years of practice, the years of preparation that most people take before they can do it. It's that 10-year overnight success story. See, for a lot of people, they cannot connect time and space. We see a professional do something and we think it comes easy or natural to them. I like to use the example that Tiger Woods had a golf club in his hands at 7 months old. Mozart was forced to play music all over the world at 2 years old. Bill Gates went to work with his dad at 11 years old. What if you had been practicing something in your life for 10, 15 years? That's why it seems easy. So how do we produce these moments? Today's show is going to be broken up into really 3 or 4 segments. Number 1, how do we sow fertile ground for lightning in the bottle? We're going to tackle the biology of belief. How do you fan an internal flame? How do you become impervious to distraction so you're focused, so you can create these massive moments in your life? And then how do you actually create this experience so that instead of having it every now and then, that you can have it more often? You know, we're working on a new book called Catching Lightning in a Bottle, The Long Road to Overnight Success. Probably be out sometime late in the fall or early next year. I'm going on a tour where I'm speaking to 40 different companies. If you'd like to sign up, go to CoachBurt.com, LIB Tour, and you can sign your company up for me to speak to. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, what we do is help people awaken to their true potential. We kickstart it. We crank the engine. We open it up. We let people see a bigger future that's not yet manifested. In essence, there are moments that we catch this lightning in a bottle. But for some people, they never have it. They never have these moments. They never have this. And if they do, they think it's for the lucky. It's for the strong. It's not for them. It's always for somebody else. Think of that entertainer that goes out night after night after night and plays to big audiences. Do they catch it every night? No. But when they do, they want to bottle it up and take it with them. So today on Super Coach, we teach you how to catch that lightning in a bottle. In every segment, we always give you some kryptonite. So let me give you the first kryptonite today that's going to keep you from catching this lightning in a bottle. Here's the real deal, guys. You don't have the biology of belief. Therefore, you catching lightning in a bottle, this peak experiences, you believe is only for the lucky and the strong. It's only for people that are elite at what they do. And because of this belief, you never ever catch lightning in a bottle. You never have these sacred moments. You never have a moment that makes you think bigger or dream bigger. And there's never a moment you want to bottle up and just take with you. When we come back in segment number 2, I'm going to show you how to sow fertile ground so that you can catch lightning in a bottle more often. You're watching a Super Coach Show, and I'm Coach Michael Burt. Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Come and spend 2 days with me and learn every trick, every strategy, every tool, every technique I use to become a person of interest. I've got my Person of Interest Mastery course coming May 13th and 14th. 12th and 13th, I believe is what it said, for Person of Interest Academy, May 12th and 13th, outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And I will show you every single trick, every strategy I got. And I will show you through my book, Person of Interest, how you become the go-to person, because people of interest have got lightning in a bottle. Now, if you're out there in the world, and it's mundane, it's boring, you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to make it through the day. You're living for the weekend. Thank God it's Wednesday. I can't believe it's Monday. Thank God it's Friday. It's hump day on Wednesday. If that's you out there, let me tell you what, you ain't going to catch lightning in a bottle. It's never going to happen. You're never going to have these moments that stand still in time because you will not sow seed to get it to manifest. Now, on Sunday night, me and some friends in New York City went to a hotel called Hugo Hotel that stepped up on the 23rd, 21st floor. We stepped outside and we overlooked New York City. Actually, Soho is where we were at, and we were overlooking the beautiful Hudson River. And across the Hudson River was the skyline of New Jersey. So you could see all of the hotels. And for a moment in time, I said, this is what big time is all about. There's 6 million people in New York City. There's opportunity everywhere. You think bigger, you dream bigger, but that moment in time, standing out there having that conversation, overlooking that scene, looking at New Jersey, that was lightning in a bottle. If we could bottle it up and bring it back home with us, if I could bring that New York think back home with me to Tennessee and make people think bigger and dream bigger, That is lightning in a bottle. See, it's elusive. It implies you only catch it every now and then. You can't keep it or hold it. So how do we sow fertile ground? If you listen to us this week, you can listen to us on Stitcher Radio. You can listen to us on iTunes or Android. Search Coach Michael Burt, Super Coach Podcast, and listen to us out there. My favorite app is Stitcher because it's easy and it's got all of our shows up there. Now, how do you sow fertile ground for this lightning in a bottle? How do you get yourself ready? It first starts, in my opinion, with what I call the biology of belief. Here's my question. Do you even personally believe that you can create these moments that matter? Do you even personally believe that you can create these moments? Or is that only for the lucky? It's only for the strong. It's only for the big-time entertainers, the big-time athletes, the big-time people. Because if you don't have the biology of belief, you don't even think you can create lightning in a bottle. You think it's something out there for other people. So the first step is to go there in your mind before you go there in the body. See, now after writing this concept and working on this book, I actually believe we can create these moments. We can manifest these moments. It's not random or sporadic or coincidence. It's moments that we can create because, number one, we believe they're available to us. We believe that the universe is available to us. Opportunity is available to us. The world is available to us. It's like we could go to the ocean and get a teaspoon of water or a 20-gallon bucket. The ocean doesn't care. It's the mindset. So the first step to sowing fertile ground to create lightning in a bottle, these elusive moments, this long road to overnight success, is to believe that you can. They're not reserved for some people over other people. Now, I see a lot of people that think success is out there. It just ain't for them. It's for the lucky. It's for the strong. It's for the privileged. It's for those that inherited something. That is a misnomer. That's a fallacy. It's out there for everybody. It's out there for the taking. The second step is the mindset and preparation to create fertile ground. This is the mindset of attack. This is the mindset of a cheetah. This is the mindset of creating opportunity versus waiting on opportunity. Now, I'm guilty. I used to use a saying that said this: when opportunity knocks on your door, you need to let it in for dinner. And I said that, I bet if I said it once, I said it 100 times. Until finally, I said, no. When opportunity knocks on the door, you don't let it in for dinner. You create the knock. You create the opportunity. You are the cheetah that goes out to have a close ratio. Now, this is where the Monster Producer Planner comes in. The Monster Producer Planner is my version of a planner that is tied to our selling system. And what this thing will do, if you use it, if you sow seed into using it, it will produce opportunity for you to catch lightning in a bottle. In how you map out your day, in what time you start, in what time you end, and who you're getting in front of, and who you're calling, and who you're spending time with, and who's on your hit list, and what is your success quote, what is your quote of the day, what's your goals for the day. So the second step to sow fertile ground is the mindset of preparation. Number one, I believe it. Number two, I take action toward it. Number one, I believe it. Number two, I take action to it. Number three, how do I feed a breakthrough? People ask me all the time, how do you have a breakthrough? Well, if you subscribe to Gladwell, 10,000 hours of practice, what you're really doing is saying, this is an area that I'm going to dominate. This is an area that I'm going to see through to its logical conclusion. This is an area that I'm going to have significant impact. And I wake up every day and I build momentum. It's almost like a team that wins a championship. You don't win a championship the first year, the third year, the fourth year, the fifth year. What you do is you build momentum. And the more momentum you build, eventually you have a breakthrough. So when you think about that, go back to my last week's show where I said if you only had 18 minutes and you had to do a TED Talk, what would your topic be about? That's your area of expertise. That's the area you should be building in. That's the area you should be moving the ball down the field. That is your focus. When you build momentum and energy toward that focus, eventually you have a breakthrough. But guess what? It don't happen overnight. It don't happen overnight. There's a long road to overnight success. The last two parts of this, one is rhythm and flow. I use an entrepreneurial time system. The entrepreneurial time system from Dan Sullivan says there's 3 types of days. There are focus days. These are where 80% of your day is spent on money generating activity. In our planner, that would be hit list. You're pitching and you're closing. You're working the hit list and you're working the farm club. There are people out there who you believe you can help that you're trying to get in front of and do one thing. Share your explanation of services. Go back and watch our show called Turn Your Elevator Pitch into Money. You're also trying to close or convince people to part with their money to come back and do business with you. So when you think about this, every day you're pitching and every day you're closing. See, what you're doing is you're creating this lightning in a bottle opportunity by being open to everything, closed off to nothing. There's a rhythm. There's a focus day. Then you have what's called a buffer day. A buffer day is a backstage day. It's a preparation day. It's a catch-up day. It's a day you need to plan and prepare and get ready. It's not a front stage day. If you're an entertainer, this would be a day where you're writing songs and riding on the bus and rehearsing. The focus day is the playing day. Third type of day is an off day, a rejuvenation day, a day where you get your mojo back, a day where you let your mind out to play, a day where you come back. This has to do with rhythm and flow. What if I told you in New York City the past 3 or 4 days that I had multiple lightning in a bottle moments? See, you very seldom have these in the heat of battle. You very seldom have these when you're under pressure. You very seldom have these when you're going so fast that you can't think. You have them when your mind is relaxed and able to step back and look at your life and your scenario from a third dimension. That's why I love so many people that couldn't go to the conference. I mean, I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy. People went to the conference, said it changed my life. Not necessarily just the conference. The city, the energy, the thought processes, the bigger think. You never go back to your original dimension. You never contract and retreat once you've seen something that big and that cool. So what you got to do to sow fertile ground is real simple. Biology of belief, mindset and preparation, feed a breakthrough through constant momentum, and get in a rhythm and get in a flow. Now, let me give you some kryptonite to get you out of this segment. When you're thinking about lightning in a bottle, your second kryptonite's the one thing that's holding you back. It's real simple. You've not built a mindset that is impervious to distraction. And we'll be covering that in the third segment. You've not built a mindset that is impervious to distraction. That means you cannot be distracted. You are distracted by everything, and you don't have a dominant focus. And because you don't have a dominant focus, you wander around aimlessly, just trying to survive. And the word thrive and survive do not go together. You're watching a Super Coach Show. Every week we multiply your life, your money, and your business on the Whatever It Takes network. When we come back, I'm going to show you how to fan an internal flame. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and this is Super Coach. Is the year of the monster. I'm talking about a legendary creature that combines multiple skill sets to dominate a market. You see, I got a new coaching program, and I'm looking for people who want to have a monster year. Once a month coaching program for 3 hours with other like-minded monsters in a structured environment with key measurable outcomes and lots of accountability. You see, the Monster Coaching Program is coming, and we've already got 22 monsters signed up. Will you be in the class? Are you somewhere else in the country? No worries. We'll be live streaming this with workshops every month online. You can come into Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where our monsters will be every single month for 3 hours. We also have two destination summits, one in New York City in April and one in Cabo San Lucas in the fall, and then a big celebration. If you're interested in being a monster, come on and join us. You get the Monster Producer Planner, you get the book, you get the app, and you get me coaching the heck out of you to be a legendary creature that combines multiple skill sets to dominate a market in 2015. Go to monsterproducer.com. 2015. Hey guys, welcome back. Coach Michael Burt. We're talking how do you catch lightning in a bottle. And I'm going to tell you, I just spent time with 2 of our monster producers. New York City, I spent time with about 8 or 9 of those cats, and just spent time with 2 of them just a few minutes ago. You catch it when you get around other like-minded people. in a consistent structure that challenge you to think bigger, multiply your life, your money, and your business. So if you're interested in Monster Producer, go to monsterproducer.com. We already got 37 to 40 monsters in the program. Sign up online or in person. That class meets with me once per month, online or in person, monsterproducer.com. We teach you how to use the Monster Producer Planner, find your EOS, work the legacy selling system. And speaking of legacy selling, if you're interested in creating a selling system where you go on the attack to create energy, remember this, money follows energy, action, activity, circulation. There is no better program out there in the world than our legacy selling system. Next week, on Monday at noon, I'm actually doing a free, let me say that again, free 30-minute coaching session. Some people call it a webinar. I'm going to call it a coaching session with me on my legacy selling system. If you want to create lightning in a bottle, you need to sign up for that, coachburt.com/LS webinar for legacy selling webinars. 30 minutes of free coaching from me, and I'll walk you through one of the most powerful concepts we've ever come up with, which is how you go out and drive more leads and create more opportunity and put more cash in your back pocket. Now, today we're talking lightning in a bottle. How do you catch it? What is it? What it is moments. Flow state, in a zone, mystical, coincidence, synchronicity. These moments that you just want to put in a bottle and take with you. As I said earlier, it ain't a glass of moonshine, right? Lightning in a bottle is where you catch something that seems elusive to you. Why do so many people not reach it? You know why? Mindset's not right. They're not in a frame of mind to reach it. They're in high-pressure situations. They can't step back. They can't get in a good frame of mind. They can't get themselves ready. So in segment 2, I talked a lot about how do you sow fertile ground for lightning in a bottle. Now let's talk about how do you fan an internal flame. Because here's the real thing, guys. It's one thing for you to watch this show, listen to the podcast, get jacked up, get excited. It's easy for me to go to New York City, get excited for a weekend, come back in the grind. And what happens is slowly but surely the world takes people that are born geniuses and de-geniusizes them. It actually suppresses you and makes you think you're not good enough. So what you do is you get back to habits and routines, and you contract, and you retreat, and you go to places of comfort versus places of challenge. That's what happens. So how do you fan this flame? I remember reading a Wayne Dyer book, and what was so interesting in New York City when Wayne was growing up writing books, he told his agents that one of the things he wanted to do was play a sold-out show, speak to a sold-out show at Carnegie Hall. And if you're close to Central Park in New York City, you walk right past Carnegie Hall. And what he talks about in his book, I can see clearly now, is that how he became impervious to distraction. I want you to think about all the distractions that are out there in the world. All the people telling you you're not good enough, you'll never be great enough, you're too small thinker, you don't have talent, you're not smart enough, you're not good looking enough. How do you become impervious to distraction? By creating a burning desire, a laser-like focus to distraction and detractors. So for all the people who don't believe in you, thank those people. Thank them for the burning desire that you have. Thank them for that internal motivation that you have, because you are going to make up your mind that you are laser-like focused on where you're going. You're not just along for the ride. You're not sitting in the back seat of the car of your own life. You're not sitting in the passenger seat of your own life. You're sitting in the driver's seat of your own life, and you're taking a hold of your bigger future. Because you got a fight to get up and fight for, a cause to believe in, something bigger than you to do. There's something much bigger in you that's calling you and pulling you to it. I call it standing in the corridor of your dreams. You are focused on where you're going. You don't have time for small think or lazy people or people goofing off. And here's the deal. A lot of people are going to misunderstand you. A lot of people are not going to be able to take you because you're so focused in a world of unfocusedness. In a world of people that don't have anything going on. That's why they're not catching lightning in a bottle. It made me think about the book Swag. Swag is a book about how you see your confidence as the greatest asset that you'll ever have. You never, ever give it up to anybody else. Matter of fact, you put your confidence in a safe and you don't give the key to anybody but yourself. You never cave in. You never let others' distractions. You never let another person disempower your own self and empower their weakness to control you. See, to catch lightning in a bottle, you got to fan an eternal flame. That eternal flame means what? It's burning inside of you. Nobody can see it except you. It's your bigger future. You create an internal knowing that you can create or manifest that future, and you become impervious to distraction. Now, I'm going to speak just for a minute to all the people who have let haters, criticizers, and other people stop them from getting where they want to go. You'll hear me say a lot when I speak. Never let one person keep you from going where you're trying to go or where you were meant to go. And I can't tell you how many people let one employee, one coworker, one boss, one spouse, one child, one somebody hold them back from going where they want to go. They let one person totally distract them from their flame, and they let the world burn their flame out. For you to catch lightning in a bottle, you got to have bounce back and resilience and giddy up and go get it. That's what you have to have. And if you don't have these things, you don't have an internal flame. And maybe we need to light that internal flame, but you can't do it if you can't create and manifest it. Now, let me give you some kryptonite. It's going to hold you back right here from getting it. Then we're going to bring this puppy down in the home stretch. Number 3, kryptonite, you won't leave your comfort zone. You won't leave your comfort zone. You are completely comfortable. You want to go home at the end of the day and put your pajamas on, and you take the path of least resistance. Therefore, you're never challenged. Your mindset's never grown. You never open up your imagination. You never think any bigger than what you think today. And you know what happens? You just get up and repeat. You just hit the repeat button. There is no energy. There is no excitement. There is no fire in you. You are not impervious to distraction. You are distracted by every external white noise there is in the world. You're watching the Super Coach Show with Coach Michael Burt. Thank you to all the people that watch it on Whatever It Takes Network. And also thank you for the people who are signing up for Legacy Selling Webinar next Monday at noon, because I'm going to bring you the goods and coach you up on how we go out and create lightning in the bottle. We're going to come back and finish with the actual creation of this concept, willpower to act, let your mind out to play, and a concept called complex coordination. You're watching Super Coach, and I'm Coach Michael Burt. Hey guys, I'm Coach Michael Burt. So many people around the country want coaching, but they don't think they can afford it. I heard this over and over and over. So just for you, I've created an online corporate membership where you get access to over 80 workshops a year. And here's the best part, $99. 5 workshops a month to 7 workshops a month with me, the Super Coach, on everything you can imagine. Sales, leadership, marketing, branding, positioning, all of our best stuff in workshops that you can now get online for just $99. Go to CoachBurt.com, sign up under memberships, and start getting some time with the Super Coach. I'll find a kryptonite in your life and help you play at another level. Guys, welcome back to Super Coach. Every week we multiply your life, your money, your business. I have a real simple philosophy. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. A good coach can change your life if you're open, humble, and teachable. And if you're watching us every week on Super Coach, you're hungry. And you come here to be fed. And this week we're talking, how do you catch lightning in a bottle? How do you catch elusive moments, peak state, flow experiences, unforgettable memories that you're making out there in the world? And it doesn't have to happen on special occasions. It doesn't have to happen once in a lifetime, 2 times in a lifetime, 3 times in a lifetime. It can happen every single week if you come in so ground, have the biology of a belief, believe in yourself, fan that internal flame, and how you create this lightning in a bottle. This is a new book that'll be coming out later in the fall called Catching Lightning in a Bottle, how you catch fire, man. I think about a golfer, the golfer that won the Masters, how he comes along and all of a sudden he gets on fire. And he stays on fire for 3 or 4 or 5 days, and nobody can touch him, man. And then he goes to the next tournament, and nobody can touch him. You know what he's caught? Lightning in a bottle. I remember when I was coaching, we won 10, 15, 20 games in a row. What did we catch? Lightning in a bottle. There are moments when I'm speaking up there on stage in front of people, and it's just a moment. It's not the whole presentation. It's just a moment that you catch it. There's moments with my 2.5-year-old daughter where I catch it, and it's this moment that transcends time. They tell us that a coincidence is where two things coincide perfectly at the exact same time. It's synchronicity, synchrodestiny. It's where everything lines up for that moment. So how do you create more of these moments where you live in a flow state? You live in this state. Well, you got to get out of your comfort zone, man. You got to be willing to try some new stuff, to get around some new people. You'll never find it moving backward. Confident people won't risk an opportunity. Insecure people want comfort and complacency. One progresses, one digresses. You'll never find it just by doing the same things you do every single day. I don't care how many people tell you it's the power of doing ordinary things in extraordinary ways. Crap, man. It's all crap. Okay? It's the power of creating the circumstances for you to catch these moments and create these moments, but you can't do it if you don't believe, and you can't do it, as we'll talk about in this final segment, if you won't take action. I was training this morning some real estate agents, teaching them some things, and one of them said, look, I know what to do, coach. The hardest thing for me is to actually go and do it. Here's what I'm going to tell you. There's power in taking action. Sometimes if you even take the wrong action. There is power in getting off the fence in your life and taking action. I made a decision in New York City, sitting in Central Park. I'm going all out with the sales team. I may bring on 100 sales reps. So if you're out there and you're interested, I got the product, you got the hustle. You can make money with our products. I'm going to start with 10. I may end up growing it to 100. We're going to put more people out there in the field selling our products. I made that decision in New York City. I called it. I said, I'm in. I'm all in. Already got inquiries, people sending in. We've already got 4 people coming in May the 11th for me to train. And who knows? That may be you that's interested in catching this lightning in a bottle. Getting out of your mundane. Doing something that really matters every day. Get out there and helping people versus something that you don't think is that important. This may be your chance. So first step you got to do is know this. There's power in taking action. There is no power in whining and complaining and feeling sorry for yourself and blaming everybody else. And here, there's no power. I'm going to circle this one. It's sitting on the damn fence. You know what that means? You won't take action. You just sit. And I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't know if you're waiting on somebody to come along. I don't know if you're waiting on something. But trust me, it's time, baby. It's time to get off the fence. Let your mind out to play. If you watch our show every week, we did Habits of Self-Made Billionaires. One of the biggest things they said is that they never make big breakthroughs in the middle of high-pressure situations. They have something called inventive action, inventive execution. They go away, they come up with a great idea, they come back, and they put it to work. They put it to action. Now, I'm going to finish the show with the concept called complex coordination. Peter Thiel said this, the billionaire, one of the first investors in Facebook, he called it complex coordination. And complex coordination is the combination of multiple ideas brought together to create a new asset. Now, let me say it again. It is the combination of multiple skill sets, multiple ideas, multiple assets brought together to create a brand new asset. So when you think about catching lightning in a bottle, it's a verse that you read in a book that totally changed your life. It's a line that you saw in a movie that gives you a door to a bigger future. It's a product that you created in the middle of the night. It's an idea that hit you the first thing when you woke up in the morning. It's a conversation you have with a stranger that totally changes your life. That is lightning in a bottle. That is complex coordination. You pull ideas from here and here and here, and you put them together for one asset that is way stronger than any single asset together. That is how you catch lightning in a bottle. You heard me mention earlier in the show, it's the long road to overnight success. People look at people that are wildly successful and they think it's easy. Show up one day, must have been lucky, must have come from the lucky sperm club. That's what some people call it. They just inherited all this talent. They inherited all that money. They inherited all this stuff, but what you don't see is the day-to-day moments of the grind that it takes to get to the top. It is the long road to overnight success. Today we've taught you how to believe it, biology belief. We taught you how to sow it, fertile ground, so that you can get it. We've taught you how to take and build and fan this internal flame that's impervious to distraction or naysayers or critics or haters. And we finish with the willpower to take action. There is power in taking action. Let me give you a final kryptonite and put a bow around this and get you out of here. We appreciate you watching every week. Boy, I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Question is, are you coachable? Are you hungry? Are you humble? Are you teachable? Kryptonite number 4 is the one thing holding you back. For some reason, you don't have the willpower to take action. You dream, but you never do. Therefore, you can't take moments of bliss and turn them into real opportunity. You have a flash every now and then. You have a flash. You get a sign. You get a little nudge or bump or invite or clue. Your internal voice tells you that you need to do something, but you don't take action on it. You're a dreamer, but not a doer. If you want to catch more lightning in a bottle, you got to take action, my friend. You got to get off the fence, and you have to get going. Coming up in just a few weeks is my first ever School of Greatness for Kids. You can go to BertSchoolofGreatness.com, BertSchoolofGreatness.com. We're going to teach kids bounce back, confidence, how to handle rejection, financial intelligence, how to build resilience, all the things they need to learn that they never learned in school. Grades 5 to 8, grades 9 to 12, and a college edition. That's June 8th through the 11th. Go to BertSchoolofGreatness.com. Every child needs a great coach in life. Don't you think it's time that you gave your children the tools they need to really be successful? And here's what we'll do. We'll teach them how to thrive in a modern and competitive world. Hope to see you on the webinar next week. Go to CoachBert.com/LS webinar. There it is, CoachBert.com/LS webinar. I'm going to coach you up for 30 minutes for free, my friend. And if you want to learn more, go to CoachBert.com. Listen, everybody needs a good coach in life. I appreciate you letting me be yours. Go out there and tackle the world. Outside of Nashville, Tennessee, spend 2 days with me, dinner with me, time with our staff, and I'll teach you every strategy on how to become the celebrity in your space that dominates. You get licensed in the content to teach it for money. You get all of the content with the books, the QR books, and all the handouts and PowerPoints. Come spend 2 days with me. Person of Interest Mastery. You'll walk away and be the dominant player in your space.